What's going on, boy gang? Let's make chicken sausage. So, this is one of Darius and my favorite um things to make at home. If that makes sense. Basically, we know what's in it. Personally, beyond being wild caught game, it's fairly healthy for you. And so yeah. So let's get started. So I am using four ingredients, two of them being chicken, but I'm using a mixture of chicken thigh fillets. We went ahead with the boneless, skinless, just to take out a step, and some chicken breast. Now there are two chicken breasts in here, and they I think it's safe to say it's probably like six. Typically, that's what's in this pack. A six. I'm sorry, y'all can't even see me, but there are six chicken thighs in here. And we'll probably, for what I'm going to do, probably only use like half of each pack. But let's get started. So, the first thing that I like to do is go ahead and we're going to cut up our chicken just so that it start off with our chicken thighs. Go ahead and open our package, and for the people. So y'all, it's at this moment that I pick up the package and smell the chicken. Because even with that little slit being open, I could tell something was off. I'll put on some gloves. Look for y'all. Okay. So I am actually going to wash this chicken off a bit. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Mm-mm. So funny story, guys. My meat is definitely spoiled. It says it has a sell by date of October 13th. I bought it like well in advance of that, and I froze it, and so I just thawed it, and now it's smelling horrible. But either way, if it has a sell by date of October 13th, then it should still be. It should definitely still be good. To add to that, I wash it off because I have a southern grandmama who's like, hey, sometimes it's a little funk on the outside of the meat. Wash it off or whatever. Do that process and then see how it goes. No, nah, because it's only the 15th. So if the sell date is that, then it definitely should last a couple days beyond the 15th, So with that being said, nah, we gonna take this back to the friendly Kroger. So I guess I won't be showing you all how to make your chicken sausage, but just a little plug, we do use our Boy Game Gang seasoning to do so. So hopefully on a later date I can show you. Let's go on Boyd Game Gang. So I'm gonna post all this. So remember I was supposed to make a chicken sausage with the our seasoning. So we finished off with the chicken being spoiled. And I thought, okay, you know what? And usually I don't. Usually I be putting things off. But I was like, I'm gonna go to the store now and like return this, so then maybe I can come home, make the chicken sausage or whatever, or at least I have the fresh meat, the fresh chicken. So I go in there, I get the the chicken to replace it. The first issue was I didn't realize it, but the chicken was actually on sale when I purchased it. And so I was like, well, madam, can I please get it the same price? Because it's not my fault that the meat was spoiled. So anyway, it was a little bit of it wasn't a back and forth, but I was like trying to explain it to her, and she popped out with, ma'am, I'm here till 10 o'clock tonight. I don't have time to argue with you about this chicken. And so I was like, ma'am, I'm not arguing. I'm just wanting to pay the price. And basically, I'm gonna be real with you. It was $3.45. I was like, ma'am, I worked hard for my $3.45 or whatever it was, like off of it or whatever. So anyway, I had a pack of meat that was, I think, let's say like $8. It was because I had a pack that was $9 and a pack that was $8. So all she was needing to do was giving me the half off. But she was like, well, you have to go back there and get a pack of meat the similar price. Ironically, so I didn't stress about it. Hold on, let me go back. I didn't stress about it. But truthfully, the discount was buy one, get one free or whatever. And at this store, you can buy one and get it half off. All she really had to do was mark down the one that I had, and it would have been a day. But it's fine. So she was stressing, it needed to be close to the price. Ironically enough, I got one the exact same price. Now, I'm not going to be petty, but she gave me, so let's say the meat was $6.98. No. It was like $6.80. Yeah, it was $6.89. I paid $3.44. They took off the $3.45, the original time. She nicely charged me $3.45. It's a penny, but it's my penny. But it's cool because I feel like she was being petty, but it's straight. She also, because now I'm thinking of how petty she was back there saying, and she would, it was like, it's in this store, it's an old bank or whatever. Like, where they have customer service is an old bank. So she was behind this, like, plexiglass or whatever. So she was like, yeah, you didn't see the bags you cut open of drumsticks back there? You didn't, she was like, you didn't want that or something like that. The $5 bag of drumsticks. Booby, first off, I don't eat drumsticks. Second off, if I came up here with a thing of boneless, skinless, Purdue, Fit and Easy chicken breast and boneless, skinless chicken thighs, that's what I wanted. I didn't want the cheap bag of drumsticks for $5. I know how I'm spending my money, and if I'm spending my money a certain way, I really didn't mean for it to come into this. So we're going to back up because I'm getting a little hot and heavy. Because that's not even really the reason I came to you. Okay, cool. Finish my transaction. I turned, and it's interesting because so there's a couple ways you can get out of this parking lot. There's one way where I know I'm going to have to wait in a lot of traffic. It's a left turn into traffic. I need to go all the way across all 4 lanes of traffic to get to where to make that left turn. Nah, try to avoid that. I'm going to go to the light like a responsible driver. I go, so the turn that I'm needing to make, because remember, I still have to make that left, but where that exit is off of, I gotta go out of the parking lot this way, then turn left, then make the left that I originally need to make. So, the far left lane is a turning lane only. Then there are 2 to 3 more lanes next to that. I'm in this turning lane. and someone is in the lane close to me. So it's a yellow light. I know I'm gonna have to stop because there is oncoming traffic. It's not a yellow light, excuse me. It's a yellow blinking arrow. So there's cars coming, so I'm gonna have to yield the right of way to those cars. So I'm gonna stop at the heavy white line in front. Not sure what was happening, what was being happened, but I'm traveling in my lane and the driver proceeds to jump in front of me, but misses my car. But misses the entry. Mind you, she didn't have the right of way. She needed to wait until I pulled up and then go behind me when it was safe to do so. She did not, and she sideswiped the front of my car and like dented up pretty good the back side of her car. So anyway, she like was kind of stunned because I saw it like happening, like, hey ma'am. So I like was slowing down, but it was too much. She had missed too much. So anyway, she like waved that we would like kind of make our turn or whatever, and then and there's like a little turn off lane or whatever. So we stood there, waited for the police. And it was a non-emergent situation, so I knew it was gonna be a minute. I live in a busy county. I think maybe it was like a 2-hour or so process, and I had my blinkers on, and she did not have hers on in front of me, so I was like, it's definitely just the safest bet for both of us to keep my blinkers on. The officer came, whoop-de-whoop. In the process, my phone died. And at that point, the police officer was there, and so I didn't necessarily feel comfortable turning my car on because I was concerned that I don't want you to think that I'm trying to, flee or anything like that. So I kind of left it off for a little bit, and then I was like, well, dag, in case I need my insurance card for my phone or need it again or whatever, because the officer had already done what they needed to do, take the picture or what have you, but I just wanted to make sure. So I tried to turn on my car and my battery was dead. And so at this point, mind you, this new chicken has been in my car for a good 2 hours, and I'm like, Lord, what in the world? What in the world? So needless to say, it is, I came home, I talked to Darius or whatever, and I came home, and I just, laid. I sat and I laid for a bit, and I had a phone call at a Zoom call or what have you, with a group that I'm part of, and it was so enriching, and so empowering, and I'm so glad it just kind of fed back into me how I needed it to. Yeah. Because that was wild. So, yeah, needless to say, I don't have chicken sausage yet, but guess what? I won't be defeated. We're about to go into the kitchen and make some late night chicken sausage. So, come along. Okay, so I'm going to try this again in making our chicken sausage. So my hands are clean. I'm going to grab my chicken and we're going to get started. So ingredients you're going to need are your boneless, skinless chicken breast thighs. Chicken thighs. And chicken breast. Again, I get them boneless and skinless to just save me a step. Olive oil. Now, we're going to pray that this is enough for what we need today, but some olive oil. And I'm going to be seasoning with our Boyd Gang Wild Game Rub and seasoning mix. And so with this, it contains no salt, no sugar. So I am going to add a little bit of salt. So that's our fourth ingredient. And we like to use a high quality sea salt. So that's why that's in there, and it stays a little moist or what have you. But anyway, let's begin with our chicken. No smell, so we're good to go. And like I was just kind of explaining earlier, want to kind of just trim a little bit. Get yourself a good knife to do all of that. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. I'm not too concerned about like fat and stuff like that. I'm not too concerned, but you know, we'll trim wherever needed. Yeah, so that's good to go. So there is our chicken breast. And we'll package up this second piece. I probably will actually vacuum seal it. Here are our chicken thighs. And I will tell you that the kind of the fat and everything really just adds to the texture and the juiciness of your sausage. So I don't get too concerned. Now, something of course we don't want is this piece of bone that the butcher left in there, or the machine or what have you. So we're definitely gonna get rid of that. So I'm gonna use about 3 chicken thighs and that 1 chicken breast. I think that's a pretty good ratio for us. So just kind of cutting off a bit of that excess. Okay. Looking for that other piece of thigh. Okay. So now I'm going to just go ahead and wash this off. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and put it in the blender with our oil and our seasoning. Okay, so we're back with our washed chicken. And you wash that however you prefer to. But we're going to go in with our Boyd Game Gang Wild Game Rub and Seasoning. Now this seasoning has an amazing blend of herbs and spices. One in particular that'll go well with your sausage, of course, is sage. But we also have that smoked paprika in there. And I like to go kind of heavy. Okay. Because remember, you're going to be actually, once you put that in the blender, you are going to be exposing the other parts of the chicken, I guess you could say. So it's not just going to be covering the surface, it's actually going to be mixing in there. Okay, I think that's a pretty good amount of salt. for now. Remember, all of this is going to kind of marinate together. The salt's going to get in that meat, and it's just going to be a good experience, right? So I like to just make sure everything is well incorporated. So we're going to do that. And you could honestly stop right here, and this would be great on your grill. Just let it marinate in your let it marinate in your refrigerator for a bit. Okay, everything is well coated, and honestly, I think I could go in for just a bit more. Okay. I think that's good. So we're going to pop this in our blender, and we're going to add some oil just to kind of pair everything together. And of course, as things would be, I recorded me placing this chicken in the blender, but I cannot find that footage for anything. I guess it didn't record or something. But what you see right here is me just pattying up with quite well, I may say, with one hand, pattying up the chicken sausage. I guess I'm just going to take a moment to walk you through the part that you did not see. So I placed the chicken breast and chicken thighs alternating within the blender. Once I have that top on, mine has a spout that I can pull up the top, a little hole. Some individuals, I know that there's actually a spout where you can add wet ingredients. Utilize that and pour in a bit of that oil. The oil that you saw in the beginning, I only had to use about 1/3 of it. Pour that oil in while your meat is blending. There's a chop function on my blender. To mimic this, what you can do is pulse until you get the meat at a really good consistency. I like to keep ours kind of chunky, kind of to give it a really good meaty bite. But if you like a finer grind, by all means, do that as well. But utilizing the blender is just a step for individuals who may not have access to a grinder. So, out of that one chicken breast and three chicken thighs, I got a little over a pound of meat. And so I actually went ahead and packaged up half of that. I'll go ahead and place this in our freezer. But yeah, let us know if you try this recipe. Thanks for watching.